Hi Pisces, welcome to the Power of Three and Me. I'm Amber, and your general monthly reading for November 2025. You saw in the title, your transparency reading. Needing clarity, needing a break, needing to maybe separate yourself from a situation, a person, a relationship, a job, getting some clarity, needing to make a decision. So we're going to see where that leads. I know you know there's a word from the Holy Spirit next month, but there's one here this month. We're finishing off the year in a strong way, as I just feel we should. I'm not really sure what next year holds. I'm tired of a couple of people showing up and not hitting the like button, and it's very difficult. I've struggled and pushed myself to stay here for even one person. Like I said to the last sign I did, which I think was Aries, the four people that always seem to show up. Yes, thank you so much. But when I look and I see 0 likes, I just ask myself sometimes, how come you keep showing up? Because you don't hit the like button and it's free and it takes a second. Double check and make sure you're subscribed, because the subscriptions go up and then they go right back down again. So I seem to take 3 steps forward and then 4 steps back, and then it's very frustrating. So I'm trying to push myself. But Pisces, I just was letting you know that there's a word here for you, and we're going to give that to you now. We're also using a deck I've never used on camera before. It's a transparent tarot. We're getting 3 cards from that for the overall energy. So here we go, Pisces. If you hear whining in the back, and I hope you don't, but it's one of the dogs and he does that. So I hope you can't hear it. Worship me in the beauty of holiness. All true beauty reflects some of who I am. I am working my ways in you, the divine artist creating loveliness within your being. My main work is to clear out debris and clutter, making room for my spirit to take full possession. Collaborate with me in this effort by being willing to let go of anything I choose to take away. I know what you need, and I have promised to provide all of that abundantly. Your sense of security must not rest in your possessions or in things going your way. I am training you to depend on me alone, finding fulfillment in my presence. This entails being satisfied with much or with little, accepting either as my will for the moment. Instead of grasping and controlling, you are learning to release and receive. Cultivate this receptive stance by trusting me in every situation. Well, Pisces, that tells me, tough, unsteady times right off the bat, but we'll see what comes out, because I could see why you would need, clarity on maybe what to do. You might be in survival mode, which I can relate to. So let's see what the Holy Spirit has to say to begin this reading for November 2025 for the sign of Pisces, please. Ask and it shall be given you. See, it was just talking about, providing and not holding on to things, and then there he has something. He's been giving something. You've been given something. It might be out of nowhere, things might be coming out of nowhere that you need. What you need clarity about, well, we're going to find out right now what that's about. So I'll show you the deck here, just quick. It's clear, so you literally build the reading. You put the cards on top of each other, and it kind of builds a picture, a scenario. So here we go. 3 cards, please, for Pisces overall energy, November 2025, for their highest good, please. What is their overall energy? There we go. 10 of Swords. The sickle. Ending something. Like it's time. Like in a harvest, which you will see here is what it is. when the wheat's ready, they go through with the sickle. If you didn't do that, it would rot and be no good. So there's a time for it. There's a time coming up where something must come to an end. Let's just get 2 more here. See what this is about. Wheel of Fortune. It's whether you are aware of it or not, it's time. Six of Pentacles. Something being unbalanced and unfair. Somebody not giving what they should. Somebody not doing their part. That must come to an end, or that's why you are putting something to an end. Like it could be a job, okay, where you're not being paid fairly, or and you might be saying, you might be needing to take some time to say, as that for an example, is this worth it? I am working myself to the bone and being paid, like a quarter or half of what I should, or what. Again, take it how it applies. If it's not that, it could be, again, not having enough to be able to provide the fun things for your kids, perhaps. Being able to afford, maybe you can just pay the bills, but you could never afford to go out for dinner or something like that, where things just feel like they're not fair, they're not right, they're out of balance. Definitely something I can see, and I'm sure you could, and it's general, so take that how it could apply in any way, shape, or form. For all of you, it could be different. Something unfair and unbalanced. Now, we're using the Major Arcana deck, the 3D one. It's just Major Arcana in it for the supporting energy. So let's see if we can get just a little more clarity on what Pisces is needing clarity on. November 2025. Okay, that one just fell. So the Star card. Healing. Things being balanced and even and fair and better and happy. Now, you have another, you're getting a second one because this is sticking right out. The Empress. Again, a mom wanting to make things better for their child. Bringing a situation to an end because it's not providing what you need for your family. Okay, again, it's going to be different for all of you, but there's the Wheel of Fortune at the bottom of this deck. So more confirmation of the universe somehow telling you it's time to make this change, We'll see what comes out now for the main spread. We're using Legacy of the Divine Tarot for the sign of Pisces, November 2025. For their highest good. And we have Judgment. Right. This is just confirming the transparency. Taking the time, whether it's time off of work, taking a vacation if you can afford it, right? It's going to be different for everybody. That's why the beach is behind us, because some people might need to just completely disconnect from everything and everybody in order to just get some transparency and some clarity on what the right thing to do is, what the right judgment is to make in a situation in your life that's clearly, everything. Like when it comes to the home, your food, your bills paid, the lights on, the heat on, your baby's fed. That's the overall energy that I'm picking up here. And Temperance. This is aligning with the Wheel of Fortune being here twice. This is that timing that's really kind of out of your control. So if you're being nudged, whether it's this reading or 10 things before this reading came upon you, it's the universe nudging you. It's time
to make this change. It's time for you to realize that this is very unbalanced, very unfair.
Let's get one more. The Hangman.
Yeah. Taking the time to get transparency, to get clarity, to figure out what to do. Suspended. You know, where, like I say, you might have, if it's work thing, you might be saying, I'm not going to be in for a few days, or I'm not going to come in for the rest of the week, and I'll let you know about Monday, kind of thing, right? If you show up, you've decided to stick it out, or a little bit of a heads up, might not be back, you know, something like that. Bottom of the deck, here it is again. The Six of Pentacles. Okay, this is unfair pay. This is what I'm hearing, flat out. Unfair pay, unfair wage, unfair something about things being unbalanced. Okay, like, if I don't know if you can see it, but that hand and that hand, they're crisscrossing each other. So the one hand has two, this hand here has 2 coins. This hand has 2 coins already and is getting a third. And might even be getting a fourth, where it'd be like 4 coins for you, 2 coins for you. You follow me? Unfair pay. It might be around you at work, or it might be affecting you directly. Strength behind that. Like, I feel like, you know, you know, whether they're getting you to do extra work that's not your job and not paying you for it, something like that. Again, it's going to be different for everybody. Everyday Witch Tarot we're using for the clarifier. November 2025, please clarify for Pisces. Under judgment, please. The Empress is here in your supporting energy, and it is here again. Nurturing energy, making a judgment call because you are worried about things being fair and fruitful for everybody. Your family most of all. So it's a decision you have to make for yourself. It's a judgment call. It's a big decision. You've got Judgment and Temperance here, and the Hangman, and the Empress twice, the Star, the Wheel of Fortune twice. The universe is trying to tell you that something is unbalanced and unfair. And, you know, you're going to have to make a change. Now, your next one, no, that's not it. Okay, sorry. There it is. Under Temperance, the Five of Swords. So there could have even there could be even like arguments at this point where because you're working in maybe in an environment that's extremely unfair, unbalanced, whether it's for you or somebody else, it's becoming like a thing where people are, you know, arguing and crying and backstabbing and making other people maybe uncomfortable on purpose so that they know their place. I don't know, but I'm not picking up a very good vibe here. The Hangman. Under the Three of Cups. This is that talking to your family or, you know, people that you trust, getting things off your chest that, you know, that you deal with on a daily basis that are emotions you have to keep to yourself. But when you go out maybe for a few drinks with some friends or something, and you can sit and talk about these things and maybe figure out a better solution, a way out, something different, make a change, because it's unfair and unbalanced. And maybe you can clearly see that it's not getting any better. Bottom of this deck, we have, okay, that's here. The Strength card is behind the Six of Pentacles, which is here twice. And the Strength card is here for the bottom of the energy here of this clarifying deck. Strength. Whatever you're dealing with, obviously, if something's unfair and it's unfair to you, you're going to need extra strength. Extra strength to do more work than you should be. More work than you're getting paid for. And having to deal with that mentally and emotionally, plus doing the work, plus taking the less pay. It will require a lot of strength. And then figuring out what to do about it. We're getting your advice from the Tarot of the Owls.
for Pisces Transparency reading. For their highest good, clarify the overall energy, which is the Ten of Swords, the Six of Pentacles, and the Wheel of Fortune. The Eight of Swords. See? This is needing clarity. This is feeling mentally trapped, like you, and he's blindfolded. So it's like you don't realize that you're not really trapped. You're mentally got yourself where maybe you feel like you have no choice. You're stuck with this. You just have to put up with it. That's why the Strength card's showing out twice. But the Eight of Swords, if the blindfold comes off, you can see that you're not trapped. You can just leave. Like it's just, there's a big old gap there. It just feels like you're trapped mentally. You've got yourself that way for whatever reason. It's going to be different for all of you. You know, the Wheel of Fortune might have put you there, but now the Wheel of Fortune's telling you that, you know, you've been there a little too long, things ain't going good, and you could get off that floating. It's in this card, in this deck, I mean, see, they're all little floating icebergs, but it's an owl. All we'd have to do is go like that and hop right off in there, or fly. Absolutely not trapped. It's mental. It's you think that there's nothing that can be done about this, but there can be. Let's keep going. The Empress under judgment. There it is. Like I said, the Two of Swords. See? It's like, I don't know what to do. This is unfair. But maybe you need the money that you're getting. So to let go of it, all of it, because something's unfair and unbalanced, would be a very tough decision to make. But if what you're making is running you in the ground more and more, faster than what you can make it, and your bills are barely paid, that's a struggle, a huge struggle. So you couldn't help but wonder, can I do better somewhere else? If I tried, if I put forth the effort, could I get myself out of this and into something that's more balanced and fair? Five of Swords under Temperance. The Chariot. So this is you taking control, taking the bull by the horns in one way or another, where this is clarifying the Five of Swords. So, you know, this might be you driving home from said day after somebody making you cry and really treating you like shit on purpose, because they can. It could be a boss or a supervisor. But you're definitely in the motion to do something about it, I'll tell you, with the Chariot card here. You know, like, I don't think you're going to take it laying down one way or another. You're either going to do something about it or you're going to leave. Three of Cups under the Hangman. Now, again, this could be a relationship, right? It doesn't have to be a job. It could be a relationship that's very unbalanced, very unfair, right? So just, again, don't take it as a job. It's just, it was coming through that way because it was Pentacles, but it doesn't have to be. It could be, you know, you giving all in the relationship and paying the bills and somebody just kind of spending their money on themselves. So again, it could be different for all of you, or will be different for all of you. Three of Cups under the Hangman. Okay. That's me. Three of Cups under the Hangman. Four of Wands. Yeah, it's about your stability. So you can't just make this decision lightly. Judgment, Temperance. Right? You have to think this through. You have to try and have a plan. An exit plan. You have to do what's right for the stability of your family. But
if you're coming home crying from work and stuff, that's not stability. It's, and even with the money being unfair, got to be something done about that. And the only way to do something about that is to make the change. Bottom of this deck, well, that's good. Look at this, see? Wish fulfillment, 9 of Cups. So, that's what this 3 of Cups is about here. And the Hangman, it's like, this is what I need at this point. My wish fulfillment is to talk to the people that I know I can trust, communicate with, get this off my chest, feel better, and make a solid decision. Because the 2 of Swords right now, you don't know what to do. You're tired, and you don't know what the right thing is. Everywhere you think, well, you find a problem. And it's scary. When it's finances, it's scary. So, but when push comes to shove and there's a breaking point, which I feel there is here in the middle with the Temperance and the 5 of Swords and the Chariot, there's a breaking point here. So the wish fulfillment is, what do I want? It comes down to it. It gets so bad that you have to ask yourself what you want truly. And if it's to get out and make a change and make things better for yourself, even if you have to go through a scary period, well, maybe it's worth it. Because you'll never get there if you don't try. So Pisces, we're closing out with the Mermaid and Fairy Oracle and getting you the message you need to take away for your November 2025 transparency reading. For the sign of Pisces, please, for their highest good. Thank you. It cracks me up, the numbers, and just the lack of everything on my channel, because these readings are awesome. And I think that's what keeps me going, is because I know these readings are good. Your closing message is break free. Try different ventures and experiences as a way to grow and learn. And with the wish fulfillment, the dolphins are always a sign of happiness and freedom. That's freaking amazing, Pisces. Please hit the like button. Please make sure you're subscribed. Hit the personalized bell. And comment if you would like. Everything is free. Everything. And, yeah, I will see you next month, Pisces. So please take care of yourself. And good luck with this. Bye for now.